Hi, my name is Siham, love spiraling about media, and this is my series Web Weaving. Is this a safe space? Can I be honest? This film, Cleo de Cassette by Agnes Varda, convinced me to think about dumping. Last boy I've ever dated. I was watching this film at the BFI cinema. I was watching it with him, and this song comes on. Now, a lot of things happened when I listened to that song for the first time. One, Corinne Marchand, her soul pierced my soul. The glint in her eye, singing about what she would do without her beloved, sans toi, without you. I was like, hold on. I don't feel that way about you. And it also made me think deeply about mortality. And that's what Cleo de Cassette is about. Now, if there's one thing you should take away from this video, break up with your bum ex-boyfriend and watch this film. And a diva should never fear death. Cleo from 5 to 7 is a 1962 French drama film written by Agnes Varda. It follows Florence, played by Corinne Marchand, this diva, as a young singer known as Cleo, who is awaiting the results of a biopsy confirming stomach cancer, and she has until 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. waiting, basically. And so the film Cleo from 5 to 7 is literally chronicling her day from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now, she's a diva, she lives in Paris, France. The film is very real time, so whatever Cleo does from 5 to 5:15 is like 15 minutes of the film, so the film is like 2 hours. I loved this film so much because it's like, what if you were a diva and you had to confront death, but you're so beautiful, but your beauty is a prison, but your vanity will not save you now, but your infamy will not save you now, and how do you reckon with it? What has your life amounted to? Now, Cleo, obviously the film starts with this iconic sequence, the best sequence, I think, of tarot cards in a film ever. Basically, the start of the film is like this. It's the tarot card. It's a bird's eye view overhead of this tarot card reader talking about Cleo's cards. Now, Cleo went to the tarot card reader to be like, am I going to die? And that's how we first start the film. The sequence goes on like this. It's all about Cleo's life. It's a fortune teller's table. Her life, her death. She has to pick 9 cards. And this is, mind you, the title sequence. It's crazy. This is also the only part in the film that's in full color. And then when we get back to Cleo's life, it's black and white. The final card that the fortune teller pulls is the death card. And Cleo is like, great, so I'm gonna die. When she's done with that, and as soon as Cleo, our heroine, has convinced herself she's going to die, she then goes on to the hat store. She is so superstitious. She is so full of herself. She's so vain. She's like, I need to buy a hat. But I believe it's her friend slash manager slash like caretaker slash sister. I couldn't tell you. She goes along with Cleo. She's like, Cleo, you can't buy something new today. It's a Tuesday. Cleo, you can't buy black. You're mourning. And she's like, I actually don't give a fuck. She's walking up and down the street. She stops to get a coffee. And there are a lot of shots of Cleo with mirrors, looking at the mirror, looking at her beauty. There's also lots of shots of how the world perceives Cleo. And so you see Cleo as this highly sought after young woman, full of vitality, full of life. But the irony is she is awaiting her test results. She might not be alive. And so again, what are you going to do with all of this beauty if it's fleeting? What good is all of this beauty if you're going to die? She also is rocking this fierce bob. Well, I would say it's like a pretty stylish haircut. But when she goes home, she's being doted upon by her manager. I'm so bad, you guys. She ends up removing her little hair. It's a wig. It's a wig. Everyone around her babies her, fusses her. It's like, Cleo, you'll be fine. Cleo, you're so beautiful. Cleo, everything will be alright. She has a music rehearsal with 2 pianists, and that's when the sans toi happens. And she also meets her boyfriend, who she doesn't tell him that she has a health scare. She's almost like retaining her elusiveness, retaining her place as a desirable young woman, and she doesn't want him to worry. But again, we see that like a lot of Cleo's life from like I would say 5 to 6 p.m. is a bit of a facade, you guys. It's a bit of a facade. She stares into mirrors, she preens, she changes her clothes, she has lots of wardrobe changes. Everyone's like, you're so young, you have your whole life ahead of you, your career is blossoming. And she is just sick to the goddamn stomach because she literally, because of the stomach cancer. But she thinks she's going to die. Annoyed at everybody, she puts on a new outfit, perfect, and she leaves the house. When she leaves the house, she happens upon an old friend. They go to the cinema. At the cinema, they show 2 short films starring Jean-Luc Godard and Anna Karenina, I believe. Her friend is quite down to earth, hasn't achieved the sort of success that Cleo does. Her friend is also a live art nude artist, and so when they go to that center and Cleo sees her take off all her clothes and she's like, aren't you afraid of like being judged? And she's like, no, this is who I am. I love it when people see me and draw me. And if you think about it, her friend is also an artist but is okay with bearing it all, while Cleo is so reserved in her beauty, so pristine and doted after, almost like a doll, and she doesn't feel like a real human being. All this to say that Cleo then goes to the park. This is a great bit. These are the last few hours. She's really stressed out. She goes to the park and goes to this beautiful water fountain where she meets Antoine. Now, Antoine is a soldier and he also has a little time remaining. Antoine and her start talking. Initially, she sort of brushes him off, but he's quite charming. He calls her Florence, a goddess of the spring, I believe. And it is with this stranger that she's able to fully talk about everything she wants to talk about. It's beautiful. They have this long chat where she's finally being seen for who she is. Her beauty secondary to how she actually feels. And for the first time, she actually confesses everything she's feeling about her mortality, about this hospital thing. And he offers to go to the hospital with her. Now, they get the bus. It's a gorgeous montage. We're in Paris. They're just chatting. They're flirting. It's very before sunrise. And Antoine and Cleo are low-key falling in love. They get to the hospital and she awaits her diagnosis. Now, as I'm recording this, I'll be so real with you. I have watched this film so many times that I'm like, yep, I know exactly what's happening next. But the ending always confuses me. I actually forgot whether she actually has stomach cancer or not. So let me actually have a little look. At the end, Cleo realizes that she does have cancer, but 2 months of chemo will cure her. And in fact, the funny thing about this is this anxiety she had throughout the film sort of dissipates and she feels like she has hope and she will get better. But more importantly, what's on her mind is the fact that she had this great connection with Antoine and whether she'll see him again. The ending of the film is amazing. It's basically Antoine being like, I'm sorry I have to leave. I wish I could be with you. And she was like, I'm no longer afraid. I think I might be happy. Perfect. So yeah, that's Cleo from 5 to 7. I loved this film so much, it made me want to break up with my boyfriend. So yeah, this is a great exploration on anxieties, death, what it means to be a woman, a singer. I think you should watch it. I personally love Agnes Varda. I can do more videos about her, and I think this is going to be my first YouTube video, so hey y'all.